Hello everyone, Negu here. Today I'm going to talk about an anime slash manga that I recently got into called Vampire Knight. Vampire Knight is by Matsuri Hino, and I've only read 1 through 3 of the manga, but it's pretty much amazing. Yeah, so pretty much I'm going to talk about Vampire Knight, the anime. This is Season 1. I recently finished Season 1, as you saw in my last video. And I just finished Season 2, not too long ago. So I'm mostly going to talk about the anime. Okay. This is going to be somewhat spoiling, but I'm only going to talk about things that you find out within the few episodes, or that are common knowledge of the series itself. Okay. Vampire Knight is about vampires. So, oh my gosh. Rated R, right there. No, I'm kidding. It's a shoujo manga anime, which means it has a lot of love in it, and emotion, and feelings, and betrayal, and all that girly stuff, apparently, that Japan thinks that girls like. Which they do, but not just girls. Anyways, it's a story about Yuki Cross, who has very few memories of her past. The earliest memory she had was being saved by a boy named Kaname Kuran. Kaname saved her from a vampire, so she sort of became aware of them at such an early age. And she's grown attached to Kaname from that point on till now. She literally loves him. Yes. After Kaname saved her, he brought her to Kyan Cross, who's this guy that has a school. That sounds wonderful. He's the headmaster of a school called Cross Academy, which pretty much focuses on pacifism and bringing vampires and humans together in a real and benign world. Pretty much. Cross Academy has 2 classes. The day class, which Yuki attends, and the night class, which is full of vampires, where Kaname attends. Yuki and her classmate, Zero, are both guardians of the day class and night class, which means they keep law between the two, pretty much. Keep it organized. They get very little sleep because they have to stay up to make sure when the day class is over, they head to their dormitories, the sun dormitories, and they have to direct the night class from the moon dormitories to class. So, both of them are making sure that there's very few contacts, being that they're vampires and they're humans, and the humans don't know about the vampires yet, or at all. In the night class, they're mostly aristocrats, which means they're pretty much like a royalty. They're like rich blood. They usually have powers, and I think that's awesome, because I haven't seen that probably in a very long time. I'm a fan of the vampire mythology of this series. So yes, Yuki and Zero, they're classmates. They're somewhat friends. They have this relationship, this magnetism, opposites attract kind of relationship chemistry thing. Zero was brought to Kyan Cross when he was little as well. I think like a year or 2 after Yuki was brought. His family was murdered by vampires. He was covered in blood. One of his sides was covered in blood. And he was completely silent and pretty much dead from that time. Because he's broken. He's just experienced something so traumatic, which caused this disgust, this loathing of vampires. And so, it goes on until you find out that Zero was actually bitten by the vampire that killed his family. And in this story, if a pureblood bites a human, they turn into a vampire. That's how that goes. It gets deeper than that, though, because apparently when a pureblood bites a human, they're vampires, yes. But it goes on for a while where they start to lose their mind, like it starts eating at their mind because they want human blood so badly, as their body isn't registered and isn't allowed to feel that taste, so it sort of like destroys itself. It's really amazing. And so there's a fear that Zero, well, it's gonna happen technically, so it's sort of like a unstoppable worry that Zero is going to turn into a level E vampire, which means he will lose all humanity and just be a monster. And so, yes, Kaname is a pureblood, and he's the captain type person of the night class, and everyone has to look up to him. It's sort of like the pureblood's innate ability. They instantly get followers, like they instantly have people taking orders from them without any fight about it. Does that make sense? My heater just turned on. Yay! Okay. So Zero and Yuki, yes. My favorite pairing in the entire show, pretty much. Yuki is so much, yeah. She really loves Zero. She does. It's there. Zero thirsts for blood. And when Yuki sees the pain and the anger that he feels towards himself, she sort of sacrifices herself a lot and offers up her blood, which I think is the most sweet, idiotic, dark thing that someone could do. And honestly, that's what I would do if I was with someone in that situation. I know that's a really ridiculous situation. Hypothetical, of course. But, I just think it's really sweet in a really passionate way. I don't know. I'm just a little bit messed up. So yeah. Zero takes her blood from time to time. He doesn't want that. He's not like, yes, give me more blood. But Yuki wants to help him, and they have this promise that if he were ever to turn to a level E vampire, that she would be the one to kill him. So I think that's so sweet in a really dark way. Again, it's a dark show. It happens. And then there's Kaname, who has this undying love for Yuki, and all these night class people don't understand why. Like, what is this relationship? Who is this girl? And so they sort of toy with her sometimes, and Kaname does not like that. So there's some punishments, which is pretty humorous and beautiful. Kaname has this, well, he's pureblood, but he has so much power, and it's expressed a lot. And Yuki is both afraid and intrigued by him. And it's just a really amazing show. If you're into vampires and vampire romance, and there's some drama in it, like some good backstories and like some betrayal, and it's amazing. I recommend it to anyone who is interested in trying out a really good shoujo anime, maybe with some fantasy elements in it. Music. The opening of season 1 is my favorite song ever. It's awesome. I can't get it out of my head. It happens. The ending song is very dark. It's a slow song. The image, it's pretty much one image that like zooms up in, is very symbolic. They're really into symbols in the openings. Yeah, a bit spoiling, you could say. But anyways, season 2 is Vampire Knight Guilty. I'm not going to talk about that because that's way spoiling. The opening is by the same people who did the opening in season 1, so that was cool. Less catchiness. The opening's pretty. Yeah, the ending, it's really dark and really beautiful. I was really happy to see it. But yeah, if you have any questions or any recommendations for other anime or manga to read / watch, I am totally into that. I need more things to read and watch. That's what I'm saying. Right now I'm currently reading Sailor Moon, the original manga, because they have a re-release now. Yeah, I've always been a fan of Sailor Moon since it first appeared in North American television, which was probably like 1995. Yeah, I was 5 years old. And I never knew about manga then. I just thought it was a cartoon on TV, and so I watched it. I even got my grandma watching it. She really liked Serena and Darian's relationship. It was really funny. Used to watch it before school. Then it was on Cartoon Network, but I didn't know about that, so I didn't have that channel. That's a different rant. I won't go into that. Anyways, I'm reading Sailor Moon. It's awesome. I could rant about it, or review it, if you would like. Have a great day, everyone. Goodbye.